Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to listen to the show today. Remember that the Understanding Pakistan podcast is for you, and it is through your comments and questions that we're going to be able to keep on going, talking about great things like Pakistan and the country's history. My name is Joshua Vilches, and today I will be talking about the cultural changes of Pakistan. So, just three of the many different topics that I'm going to talk about today are some of the literature, poetry, the music, such as musical instruments, the music itself, and some dances, and then the changes that have been going on over time. So first off, just with the poetry, from the beginning, this area, we learned throughout the semester that it's rich in history, even if the country is relatively young, being created in 1947 by Britain. It has a lot of cultural diversities from the area that it's been. And so one of the most important thing I think is cool and really interesting is the poetry that has come out from the country. As Ralph Emerson said, words are the vehicle of thought. And poetry to me is like a nice fancy car. So as an example from an unknown author there at the bottom, tears are colorless, thank heavens. Otherwise, my pillow might betray my heart. I think that's a really cool phrase and a really wonderful poem to help express, I think, a lot of the feelings that go on in the country itself, along with many people around the world. We don't always know what people are going through, and it can be hard to see the problems that people are going through and the trials that they're experiencing. But I think that's just an incentive and another reminder for us to continue to strive to follow the commandments and help our brothers and sisters wherever they may be, and to always be considerate. And so while I talk a little bit more, I'm going to be playing a short video, and it's just kind of a little bit of a dance, and you'll see about it. But so the next thing, of course, obviously is going to be about music and some other related things to that. It's a big part of the country, as is in most countries. There are many kinds of instruments, things like the sitar, as you can see over here in the top right. There's also the suramando, and of course I'm probably butchering those names, and other things such as the vina, rabab, and tempura. There are also many different kinds of traditional dances. For example, wild dancing in a circle is the basic formation for Pakistani folk dances. There are also many versions of the Pathan's kathak, but they all begin with dancers in two columns accompanied by pipe and drum music. There's also the Jumerin Balochistan, and this is, I think, a different version or variation of the dance, but this is something along the lines of the Jumerin. And there are quite a few other different things, dances that exist there, especially depending on what region you're in and what background has happened. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop that. So the next thing is going to be the changes. Unfortunately, there has been some pretty bad turmoil that we've all been learning about throughout the semester that's been going on in the country. There are many different aspects and things going on, and I think that because of this, the culture of the country has been changing, both for the bad and for the worse in many different aspects. But just we can easily see an example as we've been reading the book I Am Malala, a first-hand experience of some of the issues going on, as well as some of the consequences of trying to fight for some of the rights that some people don't have over there, specifically women in some aspects. And so it's just been really interesting to see. But so with the turmoil, of course, we've heard of the different terrorist organizations. They've affected a lot of different things, such as the music and the clothing specifically the outside influences from other people. Um, but so at the same time, that hasn't completely stopped it. While there are still some areas, I'm sure, and different experiences of people where the Taliban or different extremists or just the government in itself or the social structure has prevented these things. There's also been a lot of uh, improvements and different changes, things such as fashion trends, language, a common language, specifically English, even fast food. The social structure has changed, and kind of a changing of the family in a little bit of a bad way. But these are just some of the many changes that have been going on. And so, in conclusion, just to wrap it up, uh, thank you for tuning in and listening to this podcast today. I encourage everybody to continue to keep on learning about the different aspects of Pakistan and the culture that has been and is going on today, and continue to seek the knowledge. Thank you for listening and have a great day.